Alright guys, how's it going today? So this will be, I got a little bit of a flood update for you guys. I'll put that clip, I guess, over this or something, or at the end or whatever. I was talking in it, but I don't know if it really matters too much, but, yeah, the river has come up, and, it's a damn good thing I got my signs, especially that one, well, those two that were the closest to the river, because the one by the bridge is underwater now, completely underwater. I haven't been able to get out for a couple days because of the snowstorm, a 2-day snowstorm, and then the first day we went shopping as well, and then the second day, which would have been yesterday, we didn't we just didn't get out. So today's the first day I actually got out, and the deer are a little pissed off because their homes are underwater now. The water is up to the tree line now. So how much more it's gonna go, I don't know. It's gonna be a daily update to see how far it's actually going to come up, but I got a feeling it's going to come up quite a bit. And I think those deer that are walking right there, I think those are the ones that I ran into. Maybe the ones that I ran into out into the field, because there were some that were walking along the wood line there. They were, I guess, trying to get into the woods, but there's no sense because it's all underwater now. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think there's five or six of them here. I think that was about the same amount. That's what I've seen down there. So it could be the same bunch, or it could be a completely different bunch. I don't really know, but whatever. So yes, nothing can live in those woods right now besides birds and squirrels. I guess if they can. Well, the squirrels might leave too because they're not going to have no way down. But they know what to do, so I can't be there and. Can't watch every damn animal and help everyone, so I, just gotta let Mother Nature do its thing. So, but I want to go, trying to plug in my tender here. I went to go to see what the water was doing out in the new hayfield, and it's starting to go under. I was able to get into it. Not that I really needed to go in there, but if I can go that far, I'm going to. But the problem is that the ditch that comes out of the woods there by the bridge, it's it's a ditch that carries the water. So, but that's how I do that, I guess. I don't know. So. But the ditch was plumb full of snow, and yeah, there was no way, and the stuff was wet. All the snow is sopping wet. It's not dry. It's not really blowing around. There is a little bit blowing around still, but it's a very small amount because it's getting wet now. So, at the farm, well, start with the ditch. I knew that if I went through that ditch really slow, it was going to be the end of it. And I don't like going through that ditch super fast unless I have to, because I know it's probably going to be a little bit hard on the ball joints, especially since they're wore out to begin with. If they were brand new, then I wouldn't care, but being wore out as they are, it's probably puts them under more stress when they can move around like that. But Big Red decided that he wanted to. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing. It's either a good thing because I think Big Red wanted a mustache, or it's a bad thing, because maybe he's been snorting the cocaine a little bit here. I don't know, but I guess it's kind of just whatever you guys think it is. I don't know how good that's showing up on camera, but. Shows up a little bit better, kind of this way too. You can see it there's kind of sticking out. It kind of reminds me of the, actually, what this reminds me of, here, balance out color. This reminds me of what was that truck's name? I think the Green Goblin from Maximum Overdrive, if you guys have seen that truck movie. Kind of reminds me of that, just a tiny bit, because the jaw stuck out a little bit like that. So, it's kind of funny. So, but that's where Big Red's winch is at. And that always happens there. It always piles up with snow a little bit, especially if you go through a deep drift. And then going over, well, the farm is, it's not buried, but it's got 2 or 3 big drifts going across it. There's one over where the Pontiac's at. That thing's probably at least 3 feet tall. The other driveway for the main house, there's a couple smaller ones going through it. But I'm not going to snow blow it. It's way too wet to move it, and it's going to warm up anyway. It's going to melt, so, and we don't need to be anywhere for a while, so it can just melt. So if there was some kind of emergency or something, well, then I'd have to go out there and blow it. But, you know, I'm not going to waste my time with it. So, but yeah, but I did, the front rims are all packed up full of snow. But whatever, yeah, it's really melting off Big Red. So, but yeah, so what I did do though, through those drifts, is I drove Big Red through them. And what that does is it actually opens the snow drift up a little bit, so then any sun or any warm air can get in between some of the snow at least and melt it quicker. That's what I've noticed, is that if you at least blaze a trail through it, even if it was with a 4-wheeler or whatever, you know, you open it up a little bit, it'll actually melt quicker that way. So that's what I did there. I just kind of blazed a little bit of a trail, a little bit there to get through it. So, it can melt a little bit quicker if it needs to or whatever. So, but, I don't know. It's outrageous. It is outrageous how much snow we're getting. Well, we didn't even get half of what other areas got. I know the town that I went to, which is, I think, about 45 minutes away from here on the North Dakota side, where I bought the Tahoe from, a couple of years ago. That town there got 11.5 inches of shit, of white shit. And then, well, I think that's where the worst of it was going to be at anyway, was over there. But this stupid snowstorm that was on top of us, the reason why it lasted for freaking 2 days was because it was rotating. It wasn't even moving. It was turning like a hurricane does. But at least a hurricane, it does move. But here, it wasn't doing that. And I think maybe that was because of the storms down south. Sometimes if you have other storms in the way, it changes pressures and it changes winds and stuff, and then then some storms can't move because you got other storms in the way. Heard a big splash. Big Red's losing the snow. This fucking shot's going to be a nightmare by morning. This whole area right here is wet, because of snow melt and whatever the hell else. So it's just I didn't burn that much of battery juice. Of course, I wasn't out that long, but yeah, I don't know. It's just yeah. Even if we got 11.5 inches, there was no moving it. I'm not going to really stress my blower out too much moving it. So would I move it with Big Red if I had, if Big Red was all fixed up and had the blade on it? No, I'm done. I'm done moving snow for the year. I don't fucking care. It's just getting to be ridiculous. I want grass. The fucking deer want grass. Since the snow melted, the deer haven't really been coming around too much, because they were coming around quite a bit during the winter there, especially towards the end there, because they were getting desperate for food, and that's usually when I'll step in and I'll kind of start feeding them a little bit, because I feel bad for them because there's no food. There's some years that we won't do it because there's very little snow, but this is the second year in a row now that we've had so much snow that the deer have kind of just given up on finding food. They really, not much you can really do about it. So, but I'm not the only one that does it. There's a couple other guys here in town that feed them too. So, if he's feeding the deer that I'm feeding, I don't know. We could be feeding different bunches, but I can hear the plow trucks on the highway. No, the only good thing about this is that once you get it off the road should start drying off because it's not freezing. Like, they plowed the back roads here in town, this little company here, and whatever they did this morning, there's nothing here now. It's all just wet gravel. So, but I can see, I didn't like what they did here because they only made one around in the center of the road. They didn't like push it off to the side, like really far to the side. But I think they did that because, one, they didn't want to throw gravel into people's yards, and two, they didn't want to tear up people's sod. So I think that's why they did that. Which, I guess if that's what they did, then that makes sense. Because I get enough gravel and crap in my yard. My front yard by the mailbox has got tons of gravel in it, and then I usually don't. It's such small gravel that I don't really have to ever do anything with it. It'll just disappear with time. So, but what are you gonna do? So, but you still gotta walk it. I already did walk most of my yard before the snowstorm hit. I always do that. Whenever I can walk a certain part of the yard, I'll do it because I'm looking for rocks, dead animals, tree branches, whatever. I'm just looking for debris because I want to stay ahead of it, so then it's not such a, when it's go time to mow, then I don't have to stop. See, my uncle's the opposite. He won't pick anything up until it's time to start mowing, and he's actually on the mower mowing. It's like, well, if you just pick it up ahead of time, then you wouldn't have to stop every 2 feet and to pick up a stinking stick. It's like, just walk your damn yard and pick it up and be done with it. That's what I do. It would probably take me half an hour to walk every little bit of my yard if I took my time and pick everything up. I throw it into a pile, and then I put the pile off to the side, which is usually right here on the corner of the shop, and then it's out of my way if I don't feel like taking it to the tree pile right away. And then if I do, then I'll put it on Big Red or put it in the trailer or whatever, and I'll take it to the tree pile and get rid of it. So, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. I mean, yeah, spring has to come, but it's just, if this would have been in the form of rain instead of snow, I probably would not be as irritated, because rain disappears really quick. It doesn't linger. And now with this layer of snow here, we're just going to get cold again. So that's why I just don't think we're going to get a summer at all. I think we're going to get robbed of our summer. Every day for frick's sake, they're talking 40s. There's going to be a couple days here in the 30s, and then they're talking 40s. Low to high 40s most of the week. Maybe one day they'll get 50, and then they're kind of talking I can't really go much further than that. So then the next day after that, they were saying that it's only going to be about 40 something, because I could only go so far. So that'll all change, of course, with time. Every hour it'll change, but it's just so irritating. I just want grass. You know, and now with the hayfield going to probably be going underwater over the next few days, we're going to lose probably another 2 weeks, if not longer, depending on how much flooding we get. I know in some areas they're severely flooding, but I don't know. And then they actually extended our flood warning here. They pushed it out a little bit further now, so it covers more of an area. But they're not under a flood warning. It's more like some kind of a flood advisory kind of thing. So it's not as severe as here. Well, of course not, because they're further away from the river than we are. So we're always going to get hit the hardest with the flooding compared to if you lived like 10 miles east or west of here. Yeah, you're not going to get the full brunt of it. You're still going to get flooded, but you're not going to get it as bad as we're probably going to get it. I guess depending on how close you live to like some kind of a river or something, but the main river is right here. So, but you got a bunch of other little ones too that branch off and go different places, but I don't know. So, like I said, I don't care if it floods. I would probably rather prefer it, even though I don't think I don't know. I don't know if we really need it because the hay is soaked from all the snow that we've already had, and then now we got this stuff that's going to melt. So I don't know if we really need much of a flood, but if it does flood, I guess I probably wouldn't care too much. But it definitely can't stick around for the whole frickin' month of May. It can't. Maybe a week or two, and then it's got to fuck off. That's the only way we're going to get any good hay. Because other than that, then we're going to be cutting hay a month later than we really should be. Or we just won't be cutting anything at all. And that's what I'm worried about. But I guess we'll worry about it when we get to that point. But, I mean, that's if we can't cut hay this year, it's going to be the first in history that we could never cut hay. I don't know. I think we'd be forced to sell our cows because, you know, to buy 60 to 70 bales, that would milk us dry. We wouldn't even be able to do it. And so, I don't know. I would hate to, you know, I don't like to think that dark, but, you know, it's just, I don't know. Shit is happening, and I don't like it. It's not getting any better, so if anything, it's getting more irritating. So, I mean, yeah, this snow will melt. It'll probably take a couple days, and it'll be gone, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say or what to think or what to do. I'm lost for words right now because it's just not something we really needed. And if we get another snowstorm after this, well, then I'm done. I'm just going to go put my chains back on, my tires on the John Deere, and just get ready to blow more snow because, you know, winter ain't leaving. So, I guess I won't even bother doing maintenance to the lawn or to the mower deck. I'll just do maintenance to the tractor and maintenance to the blower and go back to snow blowing, I guess. But I don't know. It's going to be a late year. I don't even know if hardly anybody's going to get a crop in. I mean, we would have to go from 40s to 70s within just a couple of days, you know, just to even try to get caught up and to try to get things back on schedule. You know, that's how it would have to play out. Go from 40s to 70s within just a couple of days, which probably could happen, but, you know, I don't know. I'm just so irritated with it, you know. So, but I guess what are you going to do, you know? It is what it is. So, but hopefully it'll F off. Looks like my shelf needs to be worked on again too over there. Huh. So yeah, I don't know when I'll get to do any painting. It's just kind of an irritating thing. I want to get going here. So, I don't know. I got gas the other day too, so I got to put one more can in the little tractor, and then that should be topped off and ready to go. The grain truck's already topped off. Big Red could probably use a little bit more, but it would last, I think, the rest. Well, it'll definitely last the rest of this month, but it'll last half the next month. That's about it. The price of gas went up a little bit, so I don't know. I'm just getting so damn frustrated. I think I'm more or less just frustrated at the snow, to be honest with you. I think that's the number one thing that's pissing me off. Price of gas is probably second, and yeah. So I just, I'm tired of putting this stuff on, It's like, I'm just tired of it. I want t-shirt weather now, so I can just, get up, have something to eat, and walk out the door and start my damn day. Look, it's fucking snowing again. What's that horse shit all about? Well, it was snowing when I went out there earlier too. But now it's really snowing. I mean, this shit's just ever going to end. Honestly, if I didn't have cats, I would have been gone a long time ago. I would have went on my fucking vacation. Loaded the Tahoe up with all my summer clothes and full tank of fuel and just V-line for wherever it's the hottest right now. And just stay the hell away for a month. This is just getting to be irritating. Snow's falling off Big Red now. So, I think this big chunk's about to fall off too. That'll probably be the next thing to fall off. But, I don't know. It's still hanging on though. So, I don't know. I honestly, okay, fix the coloring. Thank you. I honestly don't know how farmers are dealing with this right now. With with calving season here, because it's yeah. I mean, you think about it. You got, especially for those that have calves that are born outside. This would just be stupid. I mean, yeah, we used to kind of do it too, but that's, we lost a lot of calves over the years doing this, and that's why we changed it up. But we haven't gained really much of anything since changing. It just makes it more convenient when we have to chase them down, or when they do calf. Then we don't have to put on 10 layers of clothes to walk out the damn door. We can just walk out the door, go get them a freaking machine or something, and load the calf up and go. So, but I don't know. That fucking wind's something else. That's another thing that needs to F off. It wouldn't be that bad if that wind would just calm down. It actually would be a lot warmer out. But it's a freaking north wind, so I don't know. I'm just tired of it, so I don't know, guys. I guess I'm just going to take off and I'll edit this video and then it'll be up tomorrow. Look at that fucking snow. That's just great. So, I don't know. It kind of just is what it is, I guess. So, but yeah, I guess I'll come back out, I guess, tomorrow. It's supposed to be slightly warmer tomorrow and no snow or nothing, so it would probably be even a little bit nicer tomorrow than today, but I haven't been out for a couple of days, so I want to know what the river is doing. I've been itching to see what's going on with it. Yeah, sure enough, it has come up. It's come up quite a bit. So, but yeah, it's going to keep rising. How much it'll rise, I don't know, but it'll rise whatever it wants to do, I guess. It'll rise however much it wants to, but it's just, it can't stick around too long. I would say 2 weeks. Then it needs to fuck off. I mean, if it comes all the way up to the dike, it'll probably be a little bit longer than that. But if it just, even if it just, I guess, stayed at the tree lines, which then our field wouldn't get flooded then, just the tree line would, but whatever. I mean, at least then we would probably get decent hay then, because it would start to grow right away. So I don't know. I have no control over it, so sitting here bitching about it ain't gonna fix it. Look at that. Look at that stupid fucking snow. Look at it. We're back to whiteout conditions again. Fucking sakes. I mean, I guess I probably won't look that bad on camera. But, I mean, it's not as bad as that snowstorm from yesterday. But, just seeing any amount of snow pisses me off. So, but yeah, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. I haven't even eaten yet. I've been itching to get out, so I want to go and have something to eat. And go and... I guess go hang out with my computer for a while. Watch some YouTube videos, I guess, and wait for the day to pass. Because there ain't nothing to do today. That's really all I had planned for today, was to make this flood update, and that was about it. Cows are doing alright. Oh, yeah. Speaking of fucking cows, my uncle thinks that my, that Energizer that I bought, you know, that we upgraded that Energizer for the electric fence, he thinks it's taking a crap. He says it's still working, but he says it's making a abnormal ticking sound. It is supposed to make a ticking sound. That's how you know it's working. But he says that it's a little bit louder and a little more staticky than normal. So he says there's probably something going on with it. So he was thinking of getting it replaced. So he wanted to know how much I paid for this one, but I think it was close to $200 for it. But if it's still working, roll with it. I'm not buying another fucker until next year now, because Tahoe, Big Red, other little miscellaneous things. I gotta get my shit done. I can't keep spending time and money at that farm, and I ain't getting nothing back out of it. So I ain't getting nothing done over here either, trying to piss around with that farm either. So, but I guess we'll see what I get for a calf, but I ain't buying another Energizer. This one apparently still works, he says, for now, but how much longer it'll last, we don't know. But it'll have to just last as long as it can possibly last. That's all we can ask of it. So hopefully it'll last a year anyway, and we'll worry about it next year. So, but whatever. So, yeah, anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.